Hi everyone, happy Saturday. You see I've been out gallivanting all day today buying pumpkins and getting ready for fall. And what a perfect way to start fall than to make some squash dressing, because I found a bunch of yummy fresh squash at the farmer's market. So I'm going to attempt to show you the easiest way I know to make the squash dressing. I just took this out of the pan. So I'm going to just cut it in little pieces, cube it. I like my dressing kind of chunky. I don't like it turned into mush. I don't know about y'all. But Jim's excited. I already told him not to stop and get anything on the way home. I made squash dressing. And he said, like mama's? And I'm like, yep, like your mama's. She's the one that taught me. What'd y'all do fun today on Saturday? I am wore out. I already laid in bed for about an hour to get my second wind. I had a couple of sticks of celery that were left over. I don't know why I didn't just heat them up. But when I put the cornbread in the oven, I sauteed onions and celery in a half a stick of butter. Then I added parsley and then poultry seasoning and some pepper. And this is my chicken broth, because I added chicken bouillon in there to give it the chicken broth, since I didn't cook a turkey or a chicken. So I'm gonna save this and pour it on the cornbread. I'll probably add a can of cream of mushroom. This is about 8 medium to small yellow squash sauteed in the other half of a stick of butter. And I got sweet potatoes cooking over here. Heston's been begging for a Thanksgiving dinner, so he's getting it, because the Cornish hen was a big flop. So anyway, let's get this thing going, and I'll show you how to assemble it. This is like a double batch recipe of cornbread. Use Jiffy, use your homemade kind, I don't care. This is like a 9x13 pan of cooked cornbread. I'm gonna put it all in here. I got a half of a sleeve of crackers. I think I'm gonna add to it. That ought to be good. I'm a messy cook. If you've watched me at all, you know I'm a messy cook. And I'm not even gonna apologize. I can get supper on the stove and on the table within 30 minutes. Ask anyone that knows me. So, I'm gonna take this cream of mushroom only because I didn't have cream of chicken, so don't hate me. Don't be commenting about, ew, I don't like mushrooms. Yeah, I can't taste, so it doesn't even matter to me. It will just bind all this stuff together, and Jim's gonna love it. My spatula. I've got 18 of them in this drawer, but I picked the one that doesn't go in the can. That's okay. I'm gonna put 2 eggs. Have y'all ever had yellow squash dressing or squash dressing? Or I don't like mine. There's one that calls for sour cream and cheese. That's not what this one's about. Like I said, this is a 1 sauteed onion and 5 ribs of celery sauteed in a half a stick of butter. Then I put about a tablespoon of my That chicken base, they sell at Sam's. You see me using it all the time. And then about 2 to 3 cups of water, which made my chicken broth. And I'm gonna pour that in here on top of that. And this released a lot of water, so I'm not gonna put the water in there till I see if it needs it or not. So I'm just gonna put that in there. I wish I could smell this. I bet it smells like Thanksgiving, like it smells like fall. Now, let's see what we got here. I brought some extra water just in case, if I need it. I'm not going to add salt because the chicken base has salt and the mushroom soup has enough salt. So I'm not going to add anything until I get Jack to taste it. He hates that job, you know that. And I'm going to just stir it around, try not to break it down really bad. Incorporate that egg to make it bind. And it looks like it will need a little tiny bit more water. I'm going to add the butter and squash juices in here. See, when I say I don't like my mush, do you see how there's still some chunky pieces in here? Now, doesn't that look like yummy cornbread dressing? Yes. Everybody say yes. I wish I could come and eat some of this because honestly, I'll probably have to send some home to Gary and Luke. Now, let me get my skillets out of the way. I'm gonna spray my pan with, y'all excuse the mess. We live here. We make messy memories. Remember, there's 3 men that live in this house. And they all think that a fairy comes in the night and straightens up. They don't know it's me. And I'm tired. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's make this work. I think it's gonna work, guys. Also, what is fun is if you like have some chicken, drumsticks, thighs, you partially boil them in a little bit of water and cook them through. Not partially, cook them till they're tender and cooked. Reserve that broth, use it in here, then lay the pieces of chicken on top of here and then bake it with foil at 350 for like 45, 50 minutes. Until they're done. Take the foil off, brown the skin. Ain't nothing better, I promise you. Look at this. So good, you don't want to leave any crumbs in this pan, I promise you. Now, hold on a minute. I thought I had more butter. Excuse me. Looks like that's all the butter. So 1 stick in there, that's plenty. I was just gonna take and grate a little bit of butter on top, but I think that there's enough juice and butter in there that it won't bake up dry. And Heston wanted cranberry relish, and I think my boys are gonna be good. They're gonna be sleeping good tonight. And you know what's good with this too? If you just make a pot of brown beans and put this on the side and eat it. My father-in-law loved cornbread and brown bean juice on top. So try that. I mean, you already know we're country, right? So how about that, guys? Honestly, it did not take 45 minutes to prepare this beforehand. You just chop up the vegetables, cook the squash, then add them all together.